next.
"22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go from Tampa. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be piloted by their veteran quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Ryan Tannehill.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Well, we knew coming in.
Spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that
in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Tannehill now to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. Not the best of starts here. We know they're on a 2-game skid. 3 and out. That's not what they had drawn up.
Not even close. And now what you're asking your defense to do is pick you up. And they've had to do that, I'm sure, during this losing streak. Hopefully you've got one of those confident defenses that says, we'll take care of that. Hopefully you'll get back on track soon.
Fancy footwork at midfield. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback. It's Young off play action.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Panthers at 12-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Ready, fight!
There. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
On second down, they'll run with White. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Shaq Thompson, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. The shreds into the stiff arm, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Now Young. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Throwing, Young. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Young on 3rd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching their bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another 12 coming out 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on blitz.
Here we go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Young off the play fake. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Rodgers on the return. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And we'll see. And take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Tannehill. Evans has it left side. And Evans will have a Bucs first down as he's up to the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They go with White on the counter. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. This offense as a group ranked 30th on the ground, and those are the kinds of runs that have earned him that spot.
Yeah, dubious distinction, right? Because no one wants to be in that position, and no matter what your style of play, you want to be known as a team that can run the ball when you need to.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. I guess that was a little better. He got back to the line of scrimmage there after the loss on 1st down, but now you're still dealing with a 3rd and long.
So let's put on our offense coordinator hat. They've been very aggressive against the run the last 2 plays. I'm thinking screen right here. Let him come get the quarterback and dump it off. There could be some room to roam.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Quick throw there is incomplete.
Let's go.
2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020.
Still 3rd down.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Back to throw, Tannehill. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. D.J. Johnson. And they're to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Carolina. 54 yards.
And the Panthers first down.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Ready.
First down, Carolina.
Ready.
Now here's Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. This is Shenault on the receiving end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Young will set to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Fourth down, Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Here you go, right here.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now it's Tannehill. Gets the check down throw to White. And he's able to get this one up.
On his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. That is caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tannehill. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again is Tannehill. Throw left side complete. That's Palmer. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Tannehill on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And you wonder if they'll just take this 3-0 lead to the locker room. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
They have have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. It's Young off play action. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been. Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That throw by Young incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They go play action. Young. Oh, and that is incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened.
Here's a diving catch right side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that well.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. White running to the left. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They stay on the ground with White. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. This is White. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Panthers will get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Young. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On play action, Young. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 16.
Young to throw it.
He wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open. It would have been an easy throw.
Young on 3rd down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They'll try the right side here with White. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Play action. It's Tannehill.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Buccaneer field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3 with a starting field position like that. 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Young throw complete there to Thomas.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Going for it with Sanders.
There he goes, left side.
Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Miles Sanders with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Panthers use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
When they dialed up that 4th down run, something tells me they didn't envision it hitting all the way up in the end zone.
No, I think you're right about that, but how many times do we witness short yardage runs, stacked defensive front, everyone pressing the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, there's not much help on the backside there.
If you pop through, there's no one back there, and we just witnessed it there. A long sprint to the end zone, probably looking around wondering, where did everyone go?
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
55 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And this is caught by Evans.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a bucket. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for the Panthers,
I can teach you how to get paid, how to get by, and how to get fly. I can teach you how to get cake, if not the whole thing, at least a little slice. Honestly, I'm an immaculate anomaly. I'm an organic organism, ain't no ordinary organs in them. I can't afford any synonymy. That's why my flow is like a cinnamon tsunami with the lemongrass. Ooh, ooh, let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then kick it in the lobby. I got a lot to do. Ooh, I'ma watch what you gonna do. If you gonna build,